In today's video, gents, I'm looking to put to bed the rumor that I am a robot. Yes, I read what you guys say in the comments about me not wearing pants, wondering what books are here on my bookshelf, and that I am not human, that I'm always calm, that nothing bothers me. Gents, that couldn't be further from the truth. There are so many things out there that just annoy the heck out of me. And in today's video, I'm going to lay it out. And by the way, I'm going to grab a couple books and share those with you. We'll slowly make our way through it. But right now, gents, let's get into the things that drive me nuts. First up on this list, not getting a good night's sleep. Now, I have 4 kids. I know what I signed up for, and for the last 16 years, I probably really haven't had many good nights of sleep. That being said, my youngest, she's about 6 years old. You'd think we're getting out of this, but we've got this dog now, and I love the dog. But somebody's been feeding this dog late at night because at 2 o'clock in the morning, she's coming in and scraping on the door, asking to be let out. And guess what? I'm the only one that seems to hear this. So I'm there, let her out, and I'm in my pajamas, and she just takes off. I'm like, where did this energy come from? So at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's 40 degrees outside. I'm chasing this wiener dog around our yard. I appreciate exercise. But I was up at 2:30 that morning because it took me 20 minutes to catch her. Point being is I'd like to have a good night's sleep. And that's something, when I don't get it, it annoys the heck out of me. Next up on the list of things that annoy the heck out of me, cleaning out the hair in the bathroom sink. Now, you can see the length of my hair. I don't have 18-inch, 24-inch hair, yet I seem to pull this stuff out of the sink every 2 days. And I get it. I got 3 daughters. I got a wife. I've asked them, this is pretty easy. You'll notice when you're taking a shower how it starts to fill up. And that's not because you've got the sink shut. It's because your hair has pretty much clogged the sink up and you need to take it out before you take a shower. And I've said this, 50, 100, 1,000 times, and no one seems to hear me because I find that I am the person doing this again and again. And don't even get me started about the toilet paper roll. So whenever I notice we're out of toilet paper, what do? I bring up 3 to 4 rolls so that we've got backup, and I put it right there ready to go, and I put it on properly so that basically the paper is going over the top. But I don't know what people are thinking in the house, but nobody seems to replace it. And if they ever do, they just put it right there on top. They don't even bother changing it out. And the crazy part is everyone seems to notice when I leave the seat up, but nobody seems to notice, when all this other stuff's going on. Next up, let's talk about charging the phone. I mean, this makes sense, right? You don't want a dead phone whenever you need it, whenever you're about to run out the door, whenever you need to take that picture. But here's the thing. My phone almost always above 90%, if not 100% charged. Why? Because I leave it on the charging station when I'm not using it. My wife, on the other hand, she doesn't, she leaves the phone everywhere. She oftentimes grabs my phone because she's got to call herself to find the phone. I built a charging station, so we have a place to put the phone, yet nobody ever does it. And occasionally when I put it back over there and I charge it, I come back over and someone's unplugged it. And they leave apps, they leave things running. They've actually set the phone so it continues to go, and the phone ends up going to 0. So guess what? When they need a camera, they grab my phone, and next thing you know, my phone is being used like this. It drives me nuts. So here's a book I just grabbed off my bookshelf. I've never talked about it, and it's one I got early in my military career from a friend of mine, Rick Gonzalez. What I like about this book, it's a bit of an autobiography written in 1981 by a major general that had a lot of great success. He served during combat times. He served during peacetime. What I thought was interesting about it is it's not about the type of bravery and stuff that you see in the movies. This is about the day-to-day minutiae and why it's so important to have leadership skills to be able to deal with this day-to-day life whenever you're going to be commanding soldiers, you're going to be commanding Marines. I found that it was actually a really good book, and what I liked about it was just the detail that he got into and things that I didn't expect, talking about etiquette, manners. It's funny, like now I have a whole YouTube channel talking about this stuff, but yeah, it talks about the human element in leadership. And whatever industry you're in, what I love about biographies is that you can find people who have had great success, whether it be selling cars, whether it be in electronics, whether it be running a nonprofit, banking industry, consulting. Somebody has written a book about it, and I highly advise you find that book and you read it. And even though that guy may have written this book 20, 30, 40 years ago, much is still relevant, because what I notice again and again when I go through and I read books is that human nature pretty much has stayed the same. and it's about how we see things, and these books just give you one view. But you start to compile it, you start to get many of these views, you're going to get a better picture of whatever career path you choose. So right here, it's a good book if you're ever considering the military or you just want to understand more about military leadership. Check it out. That's Follow Me. All right, Jen, so I know you got an opinion, and I want to hear from you down in the comments. What are things that other people do, or maybe you do, that annoy the heck out of you? Now, this next one a little bit more serious, but you've got to have your first aid kits ready. So I've got a first aid kit on every floor of my house. In every vehicle, we have a first aid kit. Here in the office, I've got a first aid kit. To me, this is something when somebody's injured, seconds count, you want to have what you need right there at your disposal. And it drives me nuts whenever, yes, I know somebody fell down and scraped their knee, but they pull out the entire first aid kit. They've got things laid out all over the place, and half the stuff does not make it back into the kit because I end up finding it all over the house. The first aid kit doesn't get put back in the place it needs to be. Now, I try to have my kids, and I've trained my two oldest ones to go in and repack the first aid kits. Point being is, you got to have those things lined up. I've had this happen where I go in to grab stuff out of the first aid kit and there's nothing but trash in there instead of the bandages that you need. What am I going to do if somebody's got a sucking chest wound? I need to be able to bandage that up, be able to give them some Advil. Now, this next one I think a lot of you guys can relate to, especially guys that like to be prepared, and that is whenever your gas tank falls below half a tank and well above a quarter, guess what? You go fill it up. Why? Because you never want to be in a hurry to get somewhere and have to stop and fill up your tank with gas. The other day, I'm in a hurry, jump in my truck. It's my truck. Forgot my wife borrowed it. And guess what? I'm halfway to Losse, Wisconsin, 30 miles. But I noticed, oh my gosh, I'm about to run out of gas. How did this happen? Yes, somebody borrowed my truck and did not fill it up and ran it to basically the E. I was coasting in on fumes to that gas station. I got lucky. Literally, I thought I heard the thing knocking. Point being is it drives me nuts when people don't fill up the truck after they use it. And what's up with putting empty containers back into the fridge? My kids do this all the time. And it's not that bad when it's a gallon of milk and it's transparent and you can see what's going on. And we've got an extra fridge where I keep backup milk. But yeah, certain creamers and other things like that, you can't see what's inside and you think that you've got enough cream for your coffee. You grab it and nothing is in there. There's maybe 2 drops. It's just enough to drive you nuts, to tempt you to kind of color the coffee. But why? And let me be clear. I do a lot of stupid things as well. The other day, I'm going to the gym, want to get a good leg workout in, going to be running, hitting the treadmill, and guess what? I forgot my running shoes. So I'm going to be changing that workout up, going to focus on the upper body, and I'm in there working out in my dress shoes. Yeah, come on, still got to get the workout in. And to make the day even better, I realized I forgot my towel. So I'm taking my shower and, no towel. I'm not going to use my dirty, sweaty clothes to dry off with. So I'm that strange naked guy that's getting under the hairdryer, trying to use it to dry off his full body. So the next random book from my bookshelf is Hard Facts, Dangerous Half-Truths, and Total Nonsense. What I love about this is it talks about how many times our view of the world is based off a lie, and they used business examples here, but this can apply to anything in your life. You need to go over and you need to examine these things that are, these hard facts, because very few of hard facts, things that you have taken for granted, that you've been told in business, you've been told in life, have you really gone through and examined them? Because they show many businesses go in and they believe, the best businesses have the best people, or that everything that if you want it to improve, it has to be measured. And that's not 100% true. There are many things in business you can't see that are hidden and, are the dynamics between people. Many of the best companies out there, they don't have the best people. They've trained up the best people. And what I liked about this book, and this applies again to life, and it's so big because it's not the things that we don't know that are dangerous. It's the things that we think we know and that we base our entire lives off, that we've never questioned, that are truly the dangerous things in our belief system. Because if you've got certain beliefs, and again, I'm going to challenge a lot of you guys for what the religion that you believe and the tenets in that religion. Is this something you just inherited from your parents? Or is it something with your business? Are you making some fundamental, just assumptions here that have no basis in fact and are leading and are the reason your business has struggled for the last few years? What I liked about this book, again, is it brought this to the light. It didn't, it laid out a few examples, not as many as I would have liked, but it's a good read. Not a lot of people talk about it. And this is one I definitely recommend. And sometimes it just seems that the universe is conspiring against you. Yeah, you go to Starbucks, you think a multi-billion-dollar company would figure out how to put a coffee lid on a coffee cup and make it so that it doesn't spill and drip right on your white shirt. No, they can't figure it out, and you're walking around all day with coffee stains. And speaking of stains, let's talk about how your clean iron, which apparently wasn't so clean, leaves a strange little stain right there on the white shirt. Where did this come from? You inspect, I looked at the base plate. There was nothing on it. Somehow it stains the white shirt. This dry, where did this come from? And let's talk about staying clean. So you go in there and you're washing your hands. You got that nice sweater on. What happens? The entire front part here of the sweater ends up getting wet, despite the fact that you pulled it up and you didn't even get it anywhere near the sink. And then on top of that, all of a sudden you get some random water. It shoots out. I don't know how you had your hands angled, but it hits you right in the crotch. That nice splash of water. It looks like you peed your pants. Now, most of the time I stay calm. I'm thinking, okay, I can deal with this. I just need a few paper towels. And I go over there, grab the paper towels, and they are stuck inside the paper towel machine. You can literally see them in there, but I can't get to them. It appears that people have just ripped off the bottom and there's no way to get in there to get the paper towels. And so at this point, again, I'm the strange guy trying to use the hand dryer to dry my crotch. Now, I'm a patient guy, but when it comes to the internet, I need my internet. I've got an internet-based business, and here in my small town, I actually pay quite a bit of money for good, fast internet. And yet, it seems like when I need it, when I've got a live stream going, whenever I need to upload a video, the internet fails. And it just does, it looks like it's working, and that's the worst part. Everyone's, oh, this is working. I call my telephone company. Oh, yeah, everything's working. You've got internet. And I do, but it's literally like a 2 megabyte upload speed. And I've got about a 20 gigabyte file that I need to get uploaded here fast. Or I don't know. Things just aren't coming down. It is like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You guys have probably dealt with this. Next up, let's talk about how you're in the safety of your own home, walking around in your socks, and you step into a puddle of water. And you think, how can this get worse? Well, you had to ask, because guess what? That's not water. Or what about that Sunday you're going to sleep in? You don't have anything to do this day. You turned off your alarm. You want to sleep in, and your wife's alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And what's up with people not refilling the electric kettle? You use water, you put water back into it. It's that simple. And this next one's one of my favorites because I spent all this money getting this remote start system for our van so that whenever it's cold outside, the snow's here, I can just, with the press of a button, start the van, make sure it's nice and warm before we get into it. And I asked my wife, okay, where are the keys? I want to get everything started up for us. And she points out, oh, I leave them in the van. So guess what? Who's getting dressed, going out to that cold vehicle, starting it up, and yes, bringing the keys back, because I hate the idea of leaving keys in a vehicle. They could get locked in there. So the other night, trying to teach my daughters a little bit about responsibility, asked them to help out their mother by emptying out the van. They did a good job, except for the fact that they left on one of the internal lights. Didn't see it, and guess what? Next morning, that van is dead. So the next day, what does Dad get to teach everybody? How to jumpstart a vehicle. All right, Jen, so this video a little bit different than what I normally put out. And let me know, did you like it? Hit that like button. Did you not like it? Hit that dislike button. And what video to watch next? Well, guys, check out this video right here on how to stay calm when the world around you is going to hell. Yes, with everything going on, this is a good video. And I talk about how I stay calm when, things seem like they're falling apart.